There you go. Where's the camera? There it is there. Ian Appelis here, your acrylic guru. Welcome to my Friday Night Live. I've got to quickly do a sound check before I do anything, just so as I can make sure the sound's perfect. I don't want to go so far and it's not so great. So bear with me a minute while I do a quick sound check here. There we go. There we go. All right. Also, I will, where are we? I'm supposed to have had these copied, ready to paste in there before I went on, but I was busy making myself a coffee. So we'll get them in there. How's everyone going? Always start this room up. I'll just straighten my shirt up. There we go. I feel a bit uncomfortable there. So we'll put these in there. Paste. Okay, they're in there. So if you've just been in the live show, refresh your page. If you're watching the replay, the links are in the description below. Check out the links as well. There's quite a few there, and I'll go through them later on through the show as well, just to tell you what they're about, okay? And I'm also want to get my videos up as well, so if I have to reference any video numbers throughout the show as well, I can tell you what numbers they are. And we'll get through to the show as well on the right tab, so as I can see who's in the room. So this show goes for about an hour, and I do it every week, or I try and do it every week. Most of the times I do, and it's just my opportunity to connect with you subscribers out there, okay? And ask me questions, and yeah, we're just connecting. It's great. Where have we got here? We've got about... okay, everything's there, so I'll just quickly go through who's in the room at the moment, or who's acknowledging they're in the room. And if you are in the room, you don't have to lurk. You can just say hello and where you're from. Don't be shy. It's a fun group here. We've got Tina, Joy, Darren, Angela, the Pablo, Celeste Watson, Sharon Blankenship, Julie Pitham, Harry Richardson, Blue Sky, hiya Ian, she says, 1984 Stardust. Oh no, Stratus. I always get that wrong, eh? Forgive me for that. Barry Redburn, Terry Opaka, and AZD. Welcome to the show. I've got some questions down here as well. That's what it's all about, Q&A, asking me questions as well. And some of these questions also are probably lingering in other people's minds and wouldn't have mind knowing the answers as well. Have yourself a coffee. I find it very weird sitting in this chair because it's, I'll undo this button here. See how that looks. That's a bit better. I've got it my hand under here. That's where my mouse is, all right? So let's see. Good morning. Good evening from Vancouver. Hi, everyone. Hello from Virginia, USA, Tammy Hass. Also, I like to acknowledge people who support my content throughout the week. And I want to say a big special thank you, hello, and very much appreciated from the people here is Paula Smith, Robert Flampson, Lisa Carroll, and Kevin Brownwar, or Brownwar, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that, but it's Brownwar, and Darren McLean. Thank you for supporting my content. Now these people, they support my content in ways of purchasing my art, becoming a patron, or just simply they hit the PayPal donate button there and they support me by just sending donations to help my channel thrive the way it does, okay? So I like to acknowledge them a few times throughout the show. And we've got some questions here. Do we have any questions here? A long neck for me, no coffee, says Darren McLean. Good morning, Ian, says Leilani. 11:05 here in Sydney. Oh yeah, all the way from Sydney. That's my birth city, that one. I was born in New South Wales. Good on you here. I bought a good paint, and when it goes on the canvas, it's like see-through. Well, I don't know if you've got a good quality paint there. You've got a very, not opaque, you've got a very see-through-y paint there. What's that word again? It's just skipped my mind. Translucent paint. That's why I paint my canvas white first with a bit of retarder in it before I'm putting the blues on. My paints aren't translucent, but it helps dimming them down so they're more real colours. We'll get onto that in a minute because I've got some good questions here that came through during the week and I want to acknowledge those as well. Angela Young, looking pretty smart there. Ian, hello everybody. Sharon Blankenship, when did you paint that lady? That lady, I did this one quite a while ago. It's Marilyn Monroe. I'm sure you know her. I did that many years ago. I think even before I started YouTubing. Peggy Sterling, thank you Ian for this live video. My first time here. Are the short flat brushes your favourite? I don't know if they're my favourite, but I find I use them a lot. I don't really have a favourite brush. Brushes are brushes, and so long as I can pick up one and it's going to get the job done, I'm happy with it, okay? But I don't really have a favourite brush. I suppose if I had to, I like my little flat cat tongue filbert. Filbert. You hear me carrying on about that one in my shows there. I can't see anything. Am the only one. Hello everybody, says Jen Lee. Jen Lee can't see anything. I don't know what you're doing. I'm sure everyone else can see what's going on here. Julie Pitham. Hi Ian. I would like to know what is the best way to achieve the effect of smoke. Okay, so that's why I've got my videos up here. Hold back on the questions just for a minute while I address this one here. I can close that. Yes. Smoke. Now I'm going to go through my video catalogue. I've got another tab opened here and I'll give you some numbers. So write down some numbers, and the best way to look at search my videos on YouTube, in the YouTube search bar, I'll give you a number and then you just simply type in that number and my name, Ianapolis. Hit enter and it'll take you to that exact painting I'm showing you about. Now, what was your question again? Smoke. Here we go. I've done one. It's mist or smoke. It's either or either. You can call it mist or you can call it smoke. Now, there's a bit of it in 206, so write that down. There's another better one there, though. That one's still good. It depends on what you're actually looking for. There is. Where are we? I'm still trying to find it. Wasn't that far, was it? No, I think I've passed it. It's the, I forget even what it's called, but I know what it looks like. I do know what it looks like. Golly. No, I've passed it again. It's the lighthouse in the foggy mist. I'm having trouble finding it for some reason, and it's probably given me trouble because I'm live, and it's like, you better find it now, because if you don't, we're going to give you problems. I've got to go all the way back again now, so it's somewhere around here. We'll find it, just relax and we'll find it. Here it is, 173. It's a lighthouse surrounded by fog or mist, okay? It'll give you a good idea of how to do that, okay? Hello from Brazil, said Eduardo. Celeste Watson, refresh your page. Thank you, I use Liquitex Basic. Is that not good? Is that not gloggy? Thank you. I can't answer that one, Blue Sky, because I've never used that. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but I've never seen it here, or I haven't even noticed it here, and I don't use it. I use, someone has asked me what I use, and I'm going to get to that in a minute as well. It's Lisa Carroll saying hi. All I just got here. Good to have you here, Lisa Carroll. How you going? I've given you a shout out, and I'll go through those lists again later on in the show. There we go. Good stuff. You must have got it. I got something in my eye, but I got it out with my finger as I moved it across my face. I love the Marilyn painting, says Jen Lee. Thank you very much, Jen. Susan, I love your Marilyn. Thank you. Blue Sky, the heavy body. Good. Ultramarine gives me problems. Ange Young, tutorial 206 and 173 shows how to do mist. There you go, Ange is on it. Okay, Stardust. Have you painted on mixed medium paper? And if so, what kind or type of paint would you recommend? No, I haven't painted on mixed medium type of paper. In my early days, I don't know, I can't even remember what I was painting on. What's in my eye here? Something keeps blurring up like I've got a bit of dust. I can't remember what I was painting on. Then I went to canvas paper, which had a canvas cloth print within the paper, but then I moved to proper canvas cloth itself. I find canvas cloth the most adequate and best result surface I feel to paint on, okay? Now, I want to get to some questions here. And also, this one was from Noreen Bridgman. She said, it was in the group, I think it was already answered, but I'm going to address it here anyway. On your next Q&A, can you show us how to get nasty stipples out of the pouncer that the pouncer leaves behind? So your pouncer's leaving stipples on there. Sometimes you might not like them. What I do, I wipe the pouncer on a towel and then I pat it and it lightens them. And then after that, you can get your finger and just slightly manipulate them. Very gentle though, okay? And that's in a lesson 315. It shows you how I'm doing that. And at the minutes is 13 minutes and 12 seconds. So if you go to lesson hashtag 315 and the minutes 13 minutes and 12 seconds, it'll show you exactly how I'm getting rid of them there in that video there, okay? I have a mouthful of me coffee. I don't know, Pablo, I've never used watercolours. You probably can give it a go though and see how it works, because acrylic's a pretty good primer medium for anything really. Give it a go and see how it works. Angela Young, you said Stardust again, Ian. It's Stratus. I know. I get tongue twisted a lot up here. Joy. What do you paint your canvases on when you have finished? Let me try and read that again. What do you put on your canvas when you have finished? I'm not sure what you mean. What do I put on my canvas? Are you meaning the glaze or the gloss? Like this one has a varnish, spray varnish. I do varnish paintings, if that's what you're meaning. There, Joy. Just for fun, high oil and acrylic can use together in a painting. Yes, they can. You can use the acrylic as an underpainting and paint the oils over the top. Varnish, I think. There we go. Lisa Carroll, great Marilyn Monroe there. It took me a second to find the signature. It's on her skin. Yeah, the signature's right down, where are we? There, because it was a bit dark here. I suppose I could have I just used a pen to autograph that one back there. Know what board do you use to put on your finished painting on? I still don't know what you mean. No. What board do you use to put your finished painting on? Oh, I use my finished paintings, as you know now, they're canvas cloth and they go onto a panel. I put them on a panel. I hope that's what you're referring to. They're a Foamalite panel. They're soft in weight, light in weight. That way when someone purchases one, they're not so heavy, because postal is governed by its weight. So they're very sturdy, and I can just show you the difference. Bear with me a minute while I get out of my seat and I'll grab a painting one on a board, if I can find one. Here we go. And the canvases, so I'll put them down here. So this is the board. Like, this painting's already been put on a lightweight canvas panel. On the panels I get, they're white and they're compressed foam. Okay, and they've got printable surface on both sides, but I glue the canvas on there. Now, you see me, where are we? There's me, I've taped this to me blackboard in my studio there, and that's the canvas cloth. The back side is raw, it hasn't been gessoed, but the front side is gesso primed. This doesn't fray when I cut it either. It's on a big roll and I cut it up to the appropriate sizes, and then that'll stay like that. And when someone decides they want to buy that, I will glue it and trim it to a panel like so, and then I take the protective back off and I put my label on the back, just telling you who painted it, it's on YouTube, and what number it is on YouTube. Okay, now I think I've lost where I was up to. There we go. Like and share, says Tabitha Williams. Mixed mediums you can use. Mediums under oil paintings never over the... Yeah, you don't use acrylics over oil, you use oils over acrylics. And Barry's telling Joy, I'll put the canvas onto a foam board. I buy that foam board from the, what do you call it? Sign writer suppliers. There's a place where they supply all the sign writers with all sorts of vinyls and gadgets and panellings and all sorts of stuff like that. Okay, just for fun. What I use on the top, I am German. You speak so fast. Sorry about that. I'll try and speak slower. Foam. Okay, Pablo. Have you ever painted fireworks? I'm not sure how to achieve it. No, I haven't, Pablo. I haven't. So, but it's you can. I'm sure you can search somebody on YouTube, and there might be someone that's showing you how to do that. Not foam, Joy. Where are we up to? To ship it. Yes, that's why I use them lightweight. You don't have to use lightweight. I used to use masonite board. It was heavier timber board, but they were quite heavy. So I found this stuff. Joy, you would frame without glass because the acrylic will stick to the glass. Yeah, anyone referring to framing a painting, you frame it of course, but don't put it behind glass because it can stick to glass. And paintings are designed to be on their own or like that or in a frame. You never put them in glass. If you're going to frame something and glass it, you always do photos or prints. And if anything, you're going to use the obscured glass so it's not so reflective. It's a non-reflective glass. Hi, and again, hope you don't mind me asking. No, don't be shy to ask away. You were born in New South Wales, you said. Whereabouts? Just curious. I'm in Campbelltown. I was very young when I left New South Wales. I think I was born in, was it Westmead Hospital or Blacktown Hospital? One of those ones, I can't really remember. It's on my birth certificate actually. Okay, Peggy Sterling, where can we buy compressed foam and what kind of glue? Well, like I just said, I buy it from the sign writer suppliers that supply the sign writers with all their hardware. And I use, over here we call it contact adhesive, where you glue both surfaces, let them dry up a bit, and then when you stick them, they won't move. It's called contact adhesive. Use dot art to create the fire effects, says Darren McLean. Peggy Sue, also, do you prefer the matte varnish instead of gloss varnish? I use gloss varnish because it does matte down after it's sat on there. That's the stuff from the art store. I have used gloss varnish from the hardware store. It's okay, but I find I prefer personally the gloss varnish from the actual art store that's designed for paintings. And I have varnished them when they've still even been a bit wet. It hasn't bothered them at all. What do you recommend for beginners to focus on when painting with acrylics? Well, focus on your basics first and branch out from there. So get your primary colours, red, yellow and blue, grab a black and a white and probably a brown, and you can mix up the rest of the colours and focus on, let's say, landscapes, waterscapes, seascapes and things like that, where you've got a sky and a bottom lower half, whether it's the ocean or the ground. And focus on doing skies and putting clouds in them and practice these procedures. Don't go and get expensive canvases and that and do it all on top of them. Practice all these procedures in a pad, like a canvas pad or something like that. And when you feel you're getting the grasp, then grab a canvas and put a painting together. And even if it's good or snotty, don't worry about it. You can always put it aside and learn from it, looking where you went good or bad with it. That's what you can do as a beginner. So focus on painting basic landscapes, the subjects, trees, clouds, water, distance. Not so much distance, but just those subjects. And then starting adding shadows in there. Julie Pithman's got a long one here. I often get so far in a painting, then feel I need something to give it a wow factor, but come up blank without taking away from my focus point. How would you overcome that if you ever do? I just go for it. I sort of know what I'm going to paint and I just go for it. And if there's a wow factor coming up as you're realising it, well then you can put it there. But I've never thought of a wow factor straight up in hand. I often get so far in my painting and it needs a wow factor. So you're coming up with a blank. So I don't know there, Julie Pitham. I've just gone for it. Sometimes, like to me, as an example, this is my opinion. Let's say in this painting here, I love the little huts here. I reckon they're great. I mean, obviously the palm is the centre of attention and the sky's a beautiful backdrop. But personally, I like those little huts in there. I just think they're great. So it depends on what you call a wow factor. Everyone's different. Everyone's an individual and everyone has different habits. So it's very hard for me to answer that properly the way you might want me to answer it, okay? Got my coffee here, got some water here as well. Who we got there? Liani. Okay, thank you. Not so far from here. Good to know. Perth is so far away from here though. Yes. Rocky88. Rocky88. Hello. G'day, Rocky88. How are you? Who we got here? 44. When I paint it over, how do I best remove the acrylic paint? When I paint over. Are you talking about painting over an old painting? Try not to do that if it's already been varnished, but you can let it dry, scrape it a bit and then try again, gesso it and try it again. Thanks Ian, I have found your videos very informative. Who was that from? That was from AZ D. That sun's just glaring up there, I forgot to close the blind. Oh golly. Okay, should your focus point always be in the centre? Tammy has, should your focus point always be in the centre? It doesn't have to be in the centre. Everything can lead to the centre or just left or right to the centre. There's no rule in my opinion. Like a lot of photographers get a good of a person, they get a good shot of a person when that person is sort of just slightly cut out to the edge of the photo. There's so many different ways you can look at drawing someone's attention to an image. Just for fun, gesso over it, yes. I've got to close those blinds because it was raining outside, the sun's come up and everything out there is wet and it is glaring like anything now, and I was meant to do that before I turned my camera on, but I forgot all about it, but I'll do it now. It's making it difficult to see the screen and don't want to be squinting all through the show. There we go. Okay, do you varnish pudding when done? Painting, do you varnish paintings when done? Yes, I do. I do varnish them. Blue Sky, I appreciate everything you do for us, answering all the questions. Thank you so much. Please let me know what kind of paints you use also. I've been looking for that white you use, Amazon. That white I use, you can buy it from Global, but Global, I gave them a link and someone said they only send to wholesalers. So you're going to have to find out what wholesalers are purchasing it and buy it from them. I get it from Jackson's Art Supply here in Perth. I'll talk about that in a minute. If you can hold out on the questions for a minute, because I'm going to answer two long ones here and then I'm going to go down here. So if you're putting anything there, it'll get missed out. So just wait a minute. Just for fun, should I use expensive paints or cheap paints? Sometimes it's not as opaque. You can use the cheap ones if you're just starting out and practicing, just for practicing procedures, but a good quality paint will get you good quality paintings at the end of the day. And one more from Lisa Carroll. For the Pablo, watercolour is what stays on dry acrylic, but maybe on wet acrylic it might. Or do you wave a colour and use the acrylic for more oomph and texture in the foreground, I'm assuming. Crackerbox is saying hello everyone, Crackerbox. Okay, Lisa Carroll saying hello to Crackerbox. And Raj Lewis, hi Ian, I'm a big fan of yours. Thank you very much Raj for joining the show. Right, bear with me a minute, I've got a couple of questions here. These are from the YouTube comments there, and this one's from Carla Swift. When using a hairdryer, is the air hot or cold? The air dryer I have something similar under here. Here's one I prepared earlier. No, this is one I had under there. Mine has a button there, okay? I don't know if you can see that button there. And when your hair dries on, it's blowing hot air, or you can adjust it to the power. I've got it on hot, okay? And every now and then I'll push this button to cool it down a bit, and then off again with hot air. I just do it that way. Some people might rant and rave, oh, you shouldn't use a hairdryer, or it should be cold air, or it can be both. I don't know. I've done a lot of paintings over the years. I've used my hot hairdryer on it. It hasn't buggered them up, and it works for me, but I am doing it on a good canvas cloth as well. And even the canvas papers that I did in my previous early times, it hasn't ruined them either. It's just a product, it's just something you can use to speed up the drying time when you want to put something else on top, okay? So that one was from Carla Swift. We got one here from Tara Vinagro. She was, a lot of people have even said this, I've noticed in my YouTube comments, and so I just wrote one person's name down that was acknowledging this. She was virtually saying, I don't care what you're painting, I can listen to you talk all day. So thank you very much, Tara Vinagro, and all the other ones that have said the same comment, they can just listen to me talk all day. Goodness me, eh? Here's another one from Display It Solutions. What is the clear liquid you mixed with the white? Here it is here, got some there. It's clear retarder. There's Atelier brand, and there's Jasonjay's brand. This is clear. It looks like baby oil. The consistency, everything of it is like baby oil. It's not a tacky gel. It doesn't feel like hand sanitizer, nothing like that. It's exactly like baby oil, but it is not baby oil. And that is what I mix with the craft paint, the Global White Student Paint, and that's what I prime my canvases with before I add the sky colours on. Hold back on your questions for a minute. We have another one here from MZ. What brush do you use to blend the clouds? And what blue, yellow and reds are you using? I use a brush from the hardware store, something like this. Okay, and it's got quite a big footprint on there. It's not like one of those ones that are real skinny across there, okay? It's one like that. And it's very flat. See there, it's very flat. And you pick it up and I'm feeling for scratchiness. No, that's okay. I can manipulate, that'll do it. That's what I'm looking for. And then take it home and try it. And if it's still not working, it's all trial and error. We have another one here from, what are the blue, red and yellow? I use cerulean blue. I use ochre, yellow ochre, and I use the magenta red, okay? There was one of the paintings that you asked about in the sky, what was the blue, red and the yellow? So it's cerulean blue, the yellow is the yellow ochre, and the red is a quinacridone magenta. And another one here, one more here from Kathy Wilson. Where to get retarder from? Can you get it from Bunnings? No, you cannot get it from Bunnings. Bunnings is an Australian hardware store. You get it from art supplies like Riot Art or Jackson's Art. I'm not sure in the eastern, the American states where they get it from, because I've never been there. I can only say where you can get it from within Australia, or you can search it online and purchase it online. Have a mouthful of me coffee, yay. Okay, thank you a lot, says just for fun. Hello Lisa, Julie Pithman. I bought my larger bottle of Global Paint from eBay. There you go. So that, I don't have it with me. That one you see in my videos, the white litre bottle, 1,000 millilitres, that you can get from, where did she say? She got it from eBay. She bought it off eBay. There you go. Because sometimes you might go into your brick and mortar store and you can't find anything anywhere. Go online, you can find anything online. Okay, here we go. We've got some big ones here. Tabitha Williams, basic rule of the watercolours, then acrylic, then oil. Acrylic will not stay on oil. Watercolor is not strong enough to go over acrylic and oil. Hope that helps. I think what she's saying is you can't paint oil paints. No, you can't paint acrylic paints over oil paints. The water acrylics are not strong enough, okay? But you can do an underpainting in acrylic, not water-based, not watercolor acrylics, but acrylic paints like this. You can do an underpainting and then you can paint over it in oils, okay? But you can't do an oil painting and then paint over it in acrylics. It just won't happen. And a lot of people ask what brand of paint do I use as well. I use Atelier paint. It's not overly expensive, but it's not cheap either. But I find it does beautiful work. You've seen the work I do with it. That's what I use. A lot of people ask me, what am I using? Cyber hugs and kisses to you, my beautiful Just for Fun. Well, I hope you're a female there. If you're not, well, thank you very much for your super chat donation there. This is a super chat enabled live show here. And if you want to know how the lovely Just for Fun had done that, there's a little grey $ in the chat bar down below. You hit that. I've done it to other lives that I've been on, and it's great fun. You're supporting that creator there, and then you hit that and you can slide the bar and then send them a donation there. And if you're watching the replay, you're not left out because there is a PayPal donate link as well. And a lot of people love to do this. I know when I'm watching someone else on YouTube and they've got a live show on, I've done it, I send them some money. It's a great feeling. Okay. Thank you, Lisa. I've only ever used acrylics, but now dabbing with watercolor pencils and wondering if I could add extra detail. Oh, it's gone. Hang on. Extra detail. This way. Never use different mediums on the same painting. You can add extra detail doing it that way, okay? If they're in different parts of the painting or used underpainting adds to the depth of the subject, says Tabitha Williams. William Davis, Ian, my painting seems to not get better. Should I take a break or keep trying or quit? Please help. Are you trying to just do, how long have you been painting for? And are you just trying to get a good painting done regardless what you got to do to get there? Because you do need to practice, okay? If it's in here and in your heart you want to paint, just take the time to practice clouds, blending, how your brushes work for you, trees and things like that, okay? And then put it into a painting. Thank you for your help. Hello, sir, says Angela. Hello, Angela Saka Arts, 2020. Nice jacket, sir, says Megan Howard. Thank you very much. We call these blazers over here. But yeah, it's like a coat blazer. While the acrylics was wet, says Joy. Many years ago, I had a teacher in high school who would spray paint oil paints on top of acrylics to get very cool results of cracking lightning type accents. There are paints that deliberately do that. They're cracking paints, okay? You can look into them on YouTube. Please don't give up, says Angela Young. Some of us take a bit longer to see the difference. So be patient and don't stress. You may not like your own, but someone else will. Don't quit, says Angela Young. And that's true. Don't quit. You're always your worst critic. Other people would like your stuff. High end, down, under and all. You'll be surprised what people would like that you do, okay? Become a member of my group. The link's in the description below. Put your art up there and go from there. Barry Radburn is saying, I've been told you can use glycerin as a retarder. Is that true? Glycerin will keep your paints wet longer, but it acts differently than retarder, okay? Retarder keeps your paint wet longer. Once you've mixed it together, it's on your canvas, it's sitting there. But with glycerin, it'll still move and adjust and flow like a Floetrol as well. So bear that in mind. It is not a retarder, but it can be used as a retarder. But if you want to use retarder the right way, just buy yourself some retarder. Megan Howard, I'm Canadian and fashion swine. Sorry? Huh? I'm Canadian and fashion swine. Sorry. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean there, Megan. I've been painting for a little over a year. I want to do better really, but my paintings just seem to all come out the same. That happens in the beginning. Mine were even coming out dark. You'll notice a lot of paintings, artists, their work looks very dark, but you overcome that. I had a friend of mine back in my early days, all mine were looking dark, but they change. You evolve the more you go with the journey, okay? Held for review, where are we? Okay, here, Ray Lewis. Can thinner be used as retarder? No, it cannot. Thinner's for oil paints. You don't use thinner in acrylics, you only use water to thin it down, and water will not act as a retarder, okay? If you're going to use it straight away, it'll help moisten it up a bit, but retarder keeps it wet longer. Megan Howard, I've just found Dragon Glaze paint. I'm in love. Thank you, Ian, from William Davis, for your advice, and thank you, Angela, for your advice too. I will keep trying due to what you both have told me. Good stuff there, William Davis. William Davis it is. Sorry, Atelier Interactive, says Diane Ganza. AZD. I have to go now. Thank you for the help, Ian. Bye, everybody. G'day and goodbye, AZD. Thank you very much, Diane, says Blue Sky. Love, love. Pablo, sometimes when I'm blending, I get areas of my canvas where the paint won't stick. As I brush over that area, a sort of blankish hole appears. Okay, yeah. What am I doing wrong? That's your canvas. Your canvas has teeth on it, and they're little. I call them little potholes, but I used to get that in the beginning. This brush is a bit big. Don't feel you just got to paint over it and that's it. Get in there, dab it into those holes. Take your time. There's no rush. Dab it in there. Play with it. Even you can wet it down just a little bit for it to sink in there, and go back, because sometimes I've done it and they look great, and I've gone back and done a scan and I thought, oh, there's a bit more there. You got to muck around and get right in there. Get right into your work there, okay? Christine Pateman. Hi Ian, I'm having trouble blending smaller items in the picture. Yes, I do use a smaller brush, but I'm still using my colours for beginners. I love the way the Atelier goes on when you paint it. Thank you very much. Well, if you're having trouble blending your smaller items, I've got a smaller, it was a flat, but it's now like a little one of these now. You've seen it in my videos as well. I use that for scrumbling and blending. You don't need retarder in that paint though. You can just put the two colours together and scrumble them together straight away. It's quite effective and it's doable. Angela Young is saying to William Davis, you are in the art group. Are you in the art group? If so, you can chat with Ian through Messenger or myself and see where you are at, just as a suggestion, okay? William Davis, no, Angela, I'm not in the art group. I will look into that. So William, when you got time, scroll under this video here. There's a link in the description below, and I'll go through those links right now, just so people know what they are. There's about 10 of them there, and I'll go from the top down to the bottom. So as I've said before, there's a donate PayPal link. Now, that's what you use if you just want to support my content with a donation, or if you're purchasing one of my paintings, they're done through PayPal. There's my merchandise, the Teespring merchandise. Click on one product. It'll take you into my online store, and you can click on everything there and view the different colours and sizes. There's plenty of unique Indianapolis stuff in there. There's my Facebook page where you message me direct if you want to purchase a painting or ask a question. There's my Patreon platform for those people who support my content every month on Patreon. There's my videos. I've got a link to take you to all my videos on my YouTube channel, so you can just see exactly what I have in my channel there, the different subjects, and the thumbnails are the actual paintings, okay? There's a link for my son Reese's music channel. He sings and he puts music up there on his channel, something different to listen to. There's also a link that takes you to my art that is available for sale, which are pretty much my tutorial paintings. And I also have prints of those paintings available as well. So you message me on Facebook if you want to inquire about that. There's my Facebook group, which is called Indianapolis Art Network. Request to become a member there. Answer the 3 questions and just say that you met me on YouTube and you want to join my group. That gets you through a lot quicker. There's my bloopers. I have done some bloopers in the past. Check them out, but they do contain mild to coarse language. And there's also my traceables that are relevant to my tutorials on my YouTube channel as well. They're all the links I have below. Thank you for your help. If I ever manage to sell a painting, I will donate half the money to you. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You just enjoy your sales there. William Davis is very helpful group. It's a very helpful group, says Tabitha Williams. Yes, she's a member there. Just for fun, how do I clean the brush? Cold water or warm soapy water? Warm soapy water is the best, but I'm doing mine in cold water because I'm getting on with it. But if you've got enough time, you're not under the pump like I feel I am, you can just do it in warm soapy water and then rinse them in clear water. Bruce Anderson, just saying hi. I know I haven't been around much. G'day Bruce, how you going? Hello back to you, Cobber. Lisa Carroll is saying, where'd it go? You're welcome, Pablo. I would love to see one of your watercolours and acrylics. You could try your sky in watercolour and acrylic fireworks on that. Inspired. I may try that too, says Lisa Carroll. Lisa Carroll. Bruce is saying hello to Angela Young. Angela Young is a very helpful friend of mine. She helps me run my group, her and Yamaha. They're part of the admin team there and they do a lot of help for me. Crackerbox Palace is saying to Pablo, your paint is lifting because it is not quite dry and has formed a skin, and when you go over it, it lifts off. Exactly. G'day Anthony, hello there. Just popping in to say hello before I take the beast out. Thank you very much for saying hello, Anthony, and hello back to you, my friend. Okay, thank you very much, says Just for Fun. Angela like an angel. Yes, Angela's like an angel. I want to acknowledge these people again for supporting my content in the last week. This is one of me cups off my merchandise as well. You can get a few different cups. This one's got the eagle and the flag, and it's got me the acrylic guru on the back. I hope you can see that. Check them out. So yeah, I want to say thank you to these people. Paula Smith, Robert Flampson, is that Flampson? Yes. Lisa Carroll, Kevin Brownwa, and Darren McLean. These people have supported me through ways of purchasing my art, becoming a patron, and supporting me just on donations as well. Okay, so thank you very much, and that's much appreciated to those people there. And whenever you do become a patron, or you've sent me money through the week, your name gets written down like this, and I do several shout outs throughout my Friday night live Q&A shows. Okay, so just remember that as well. Okay, thank you so much. Just for fun, here's one here. Maria da Paz da Silva. Oh, it's in another language, so I will translate that. If everyone stop moving. If everyone stops. Here we go. I'm just going to bring up where's my Google Translate? It's down here somewhere. Where are you? Here we go. I'll just translate what she said there. Detect language, paste. Now she is saying, phenomenal, we love your work. There you go. Thank you very much, Maria das Padasovia. Make sure you give Ian the thumbs up, says Darren McLean. Thank you very much, Darren. Venia Laporte. Hello. Here's another one. So they're obviously saying hello, but it's in some other language, so we'll see what that one's saying as well. Paste. Hello, Bello Hunter. Oh, beautiful work. Pretty much saying beautiful work. Thank you very much, Venia. Angela Young, thank you, Ian, from myself and behalf of Yamaha. We both love helping you in the art group. You're welcome, Ange and Yamaha, and I love what you're doing. Thanks, everyone. I've always learnt a lot on these chats. You are all awesome, says Pablo. Just for fun, thank you. Here we go. Sandra Borcher. Hi, Ian. No question tonight. Just enjoying the reading. I find you also informative. Thank you very much. That's great to do it that way as well. You can just sit back and enjoy the show for an hour. Something different to watch. We've been going for 45 minutes. Hey, yeah, 45 minutes. I've got the time down there at the bottom. The more of these shows I do, the more crafty I get with them, eh? Oh, we got something there. Leilani Paula. I hope I pronounced that right. Cyber hugs and kisses to you, sweetheart. Thank you very much for your super chat donation. Leilani Paula. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but Black Monk. Just a g'day before I run off and do other things for the night. Keep up the good painting, everybody. Just for fun. Thank you for helping with Ian. You're welcome, Blue Sky. Thanks all for helping with Ian. Just for fun. Leilani, cool. Yes, thank you very much for that. Ann Porter. Just used your PayPal link. Hope it worked and you have been very helpful. Sorry it's not much, but I have lost all my hours, don't qualify for JobKeeper. Keep up the great work, says Ann Porter. Thank you very much. It doesn't matter how much it is. It's always appreciated, whether it's big or small. It's not the size, it's the matter. It's the principle that you've done it, okay? Crackerbox. Ian, you should look into e-transfer. Could be a good way to avoid super chat PayPal fees. Yeah, well, PayPal fees are cheaper than super chat fees. I do know that. But I'll probably look in that later on. I'm not sure about that. I'll just see how it goes. Maybe when I do things full time, I can look into things like that. Barry Redburn. Sorry, folks, I've got to go and do my Mr. Mum thing. The missus is still unwell after her heart attack. Oh, that's no good, Barry. Will you go and look after the missus? Julie Pitham. Is your glass palette cut specifically for you? I've been using a floor tile, but find it slightly small. Thinking of getting a piece of glass, but not sure of where to go to get any ideas. Yes, I used to work in a glass shop there, Julie. Hold your comments a minute. Go to a glass shop where they repair windows or glass cut to size. People that do shower screens, something like that. Depends how much you want to pay for it. You don't want to get thin glass and you don't want to get standard float glass, which is plain glass. It'll break, shower up, cut you to bits. You can go to a shower screen place and get them to cut you up a bit of the size what you want. They'll cut glass to size. And get a piece of laminated glass. That way, if you ever did drop it, it'll hold together. That's the stuff where you've got two pieces of glass and a plastic film in the middle. So if you smash it, it breaks, but it's staying together. Toughened glass is the one where you hit it and it breaks up into lots of little diamonds, okay? But that takes a hard hit. But the weak thing about toughened glass, you can bang it and bang it and bang it. It won't break, but you just give it a slight knock on the edge and it'll shatter to pieces. So it does have its weak points, so pros and cons. So go to a glass place and ask for some laminated glass cut to size, the size you want, and get a can of oil-based spray paint and just spray it white and let it dry. And then you're using the top half, you can see exactly what you're mixing. Angela Cyber Hugs all, thanks for being a part of Ian's live. All beautiful people here. Lisa Carroll, Barry, sending healing energy to your missus. Thank you. Lisa Carroll's a darling there, isn't she, eh? Christine Patman, bye Barry, take care. Just for fun, Cyber Hugs back. Feel like I used a lot of paint. Is there any suggestion, foreign aid to mix with it. Thank you. Yes, there is a paste I've got. I don't have it with me. What is it called? I used it in one of my paintings and I can't even remember which one it was. But if you mixed up a bit of paint, you can add this into it to increase the volume. It's like a impasto. Ask your art store, go in there and ask questions and educate yourself. Just say, do you have a medium or any product that I can mix with paint to increase the volume? And they'll be able to help you out for sure. Where are we? You're welcome, says Lilani. Barry, blessing you. Okay, William Davis. Would plexiglass be better for a pallet than glass? Plexiglass won't break. Yes, it can be. I've got plexiglass here. Here's one here. I've got little nodes on the bottom. But see what happens with plexiglass? I painted it white on the other side. But I don't know if you can see the scratches in there. There's some heavy scratches. So if you're not worried about that, of course plexiglass would be great as well. I just use glass because it's so easy to clean. When you're cleaning that, your blade can dig into it. Glass, it will not. I just prefer glass, but you can also use plexiglass. Go and get yourself some plexiglass, cut to size, and then paint it white on the other side as well. Thank you for that. We'll research one near me. Angela is saying, and put on the bottom of your glass some sticky stoppers, whatever you call them, to stop the movement. Yes, you can do that. And if you don't have any sticky stoppers, you can just simply get some silicone. You know, the silicone in a tube, put a little blob there. Then you wet your finger, because your finger's like an oil, and you can dab it. That way it won't lift up and stipple to your finger. Wet your finger and you can shape it into a little rubber foot. Okay, that's something you can do as well. No, they're little grommets, or they could be called anything, Angela. I don't think they're really called a node, but yeah, little rubber stoppers or something like that, rubber feet. You can get them from your hardware store in packets of 4s or even big packets. Julie, I use the reverse side of a glass chopping board and sticky stoppers like Angela suggested. There you go, a glass chopping board. You can use absolutely anything. The ones that like you see Bob Ross using, they're plexiglass. You know, where you see him using those ones where you stand up and paint like that. I'm pretty sure, I've got a smaller one of those somewhere, and that's plexiglass. Acrylic, it's acrylic, we call it here. I hope your wife is okay and recovers soon, says Ann Porter to Barry. Message is held for review. Okay, and that is from Alice. Where'd it go? Alice Bush. How long does retarder keep? I have very old bottle. Will it still be okay? I'm pretty sure. I haven't really read the instructions on it, but give it a go. See what happens. So long as it doesn't have an odour to it. I mean, I have found some old paints I've used, and when I've opened it, smells like an old sock. Whoa, that's a bit woofy, but give it a go. That's the best way to find out. I've never had an old bottle where I had to see if it still works or not, but give it a go, and if it works, well, then you know you can still use it. I'm pretty sure you will be able to, though, Alice. Okay, I will stick with thingy mid boobers, says Angie. Thingamy bobs. Thingamy bobbers. Thingamy bobbers. Yeah, you got it right, Ange. I read it wrong. Julie Pittman. I had plexiglass but find it stains. Yes, the plexiglass does stain. Like if you see in this one here, you can see the colours that stained in it, the blue, the reddy colours. It's hard to get out. I don't mind, it's okay, but I simply prefer glass. I use a piece of glass from the top of an old coffee table. There you go. Even the fridge glass. If you know how some of the old fridges might have a glass, if that's a decent enough size. But you can cut laminated glass, but toughened glass, the one that breaks up in the little diamonds, once that's toughened, it cannot be cut. that has to be cut to size, then baked to become toughened. But if you have laminated glass, it can be cut. If you've cut glass before, how you cut laminated glass, it's a bit of a trick, but it's quite easy. You cut one side and you break it, then you turn it over and cut the other side, then you break it, wiggle it. You get a bit of metho in there, in the crack, and then you light it, and then that plastic just falls away and it's cut. And then you can arras the edge. Arras means cutting just getting a sandpaper, a simple sandpaper. And let's say you've got the glass there. Oh, there's a bit of glass. You just, wet and dry is better, emery cloth. And you just, once you've cut glass, you just simply sand the edges away and you won't cut yourself. We call it arrasing in the trade. Where are we up to? Ange and Yamaha are great, says Lisa Carroll. Yes, William, you do. Tabitha Williams Davis, yes, is a Facebook group. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa Carroll, says Angela Young. That's cool cutting. That's cool cutting. Leslie Fox. I am a bit late today. Hope everyone is well. Yes, everyone's pretty well, I'm assuming. Barry had to go. His wife's a bit ill, but he had to go. But we're all wishing him love and all the best there. Maria Pava da Silva has put in another question there, but it's in a different language, so I will find out what she's saying there so everyone can know. I'll copy that, translate, we'll delete that and put the new one in there. And she has said there, say something in Portuguese to your Brazilian fans who are live now. Unfortunately, I cannot speak Portuguese, so I can't answer that question there, Maria. Sorry. Ian, thank you so much for your time. Love your artwork, says Blue Sky. Thank you very much. I love your comment there. Lisa Carroll, I need 2 of the cups, Ian. You know they fit in my mailbox. Well, actually, the cups come in a box. They come in a box. So one of my, Lisa Carroll here in the actual chat here, she purchased one of my paintings, but she has a bit of a rat bag postie wherever she lives. The guy that's been delivering parcels in her area, he's a bit of a rat bag and needs a bit of a slapping. He goes and puts parcels under her car tyres so she can't see it and she runs it over, or he puts it behind the bin out in the weather so it gets ruined. I sent her a painting. She bought a painting of mine. And common sense will tell you, well, it's quite a sturdy parcel, but he had the audacity to fold it up and roll it and ram it into her box there, and he ruined it. So if you're worried about anything like that happening and you're purchasing anything, whether it's from me or somebody else, and you're really worried, get it sent to your local post office. That way the post will just send you a simple card saying you have a parcel here. That's what they do in Australia anyway, and you can pick it up from your post office, and hopefully it hasn't been ruined in transit before it gets to that point. But yeah, that's just something she went through there, and it was pretty sad to see that happen, and it was just a deliberate act of nastiness, and he needs a course of backhanders, someone like that. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I have never used sandpaper on your canvas. Blobs up in small spots. Yes, it does. Where are we up to? There we go. I have Peggy. Can I mix the colour gold? I'm not sure. I think they put the pigment in there. I can't answer that 100%. Someone might have, but you can probably mix a yellow close to gold, but it'll be flat. William is saying good night. Thank you, Ian. And Peggy Sue's, thank you, Angela. Night William. Lisa Carroll. Tempered glass cutting boards are great pallets as well, says Lisa Carroll. Good night, William. Spell check gets me every time, says Celeste Watson. Yeah, you got to be careful. If you don't want spell check on, just turn your dictionary off on your device, because if your dictionary's turned on, it's going to always try and correct the words you're saying. I never got my package, says Sharon Blankenship. Wait, depending where you are. You'll have to message me, Sharon, and tell me how long ago we ordered it, and then I can look into where hopefully it should be there soon. Someone was telling me, I can't remember who it was, but with the riots that were going on over there, some of the trucks were hijacked and all parcels have been stolen or looted with anyway. That was a bad thing to hear as well. Yes, it was a stupid post, damn shame, especially when they are original ones, says Angela Young. Yes, just for fun saying thank you. I am waiting still for mine, Sharon. It's the postie running weird all around the world. The post parcels are later than normal with this COVID stuff. So some places can get them the same time, some aren't that much longer, and some other places are incredibly longer. So just bear with it. It's out there, and we can only hope that it gets there and it hasn't been hijacked in the process with these, every city and country starting to do these crazy riots. It's stupid what's going on, but we're not going to talk about that here, okay? Germany also running. Always running. There you go. I'm still here, says Sharon. No, not Sharon. Ange too, Sharon. Julie Pittman. Here we go. Julie Pitham, sorry. To make gold paint, you can mix both yellow and brown, adjusting till it gets the effect you are looking for. Add red if you want a rose or red gold. There you go. Give that a try, says Julie Pitham. Sandra Borchus, or no, Borcher, or Boucher. No, it's Borcher. I'm waiting 3 months for a purse and a wallet, but 1 week for a computer and mouse. Wow. 3 months is a bit of a long time. Just for fun. You can send to Germany too. I'm not sure what you're meaning there, just for fun, but my paintings I send all over the world. So if that's what you were asking, doesn't matter where you live. If you want to buy a painting, I'll send it to you. And the prices to date are $75 US. That includes shipping and to your door, okay? The cup, you can send to Germany too. Yeah, the cup, anything, all my merchandise. How that merchandise works, I'll just explain it to you. I don't have it here. It's Teespring. It's an online company, and they got this for a lot of YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers use all this stuff here, and they got cups and shirts and towels and pillows and mouse pad, all sorts of things. And the YouTubers, say like me, I go and pick what I want in my online store: shirts, tops, hoodies, cups, whatever. And then I go and put my design on it, and then they got that in their system. And then the product is so much, but in the product, like I myself, the creator, we're giving a profit margin, and it's up to us to leave it as it is or bring it up and down. The more we bring that down, the more the overhaul price comes down. So what I've done with my profit margin, I've brought it down as low as I can, so I make a couple of bucks like it. So if you buy a cup from me, Teespring will get that cup and they'll put it through print. They email you when it's all happening. They'll put it in a box. They'll send it away. Once they've received payment, they'll send it away, and then I'll get my profit margin. Whatever I've left my profit margin on, I get that, and then they've sent it off to you. It's not actually coming from me, but with my paintings, they actually come from me myself. So that's how Teespring works. The merchandise down below there. Christina Martinez, much love from Oklahoma. Ian, still waiting for, the big moon. Message me, these people that are still waiting for paintings, and just message me and let me know exactly what date it was that we ordered it, so I can look and just see how long ago it was. What country did it come from? Julie, says Sharon Blankenship. Thanks today, Ian, for the show. Catch the show in 2 weeks' time and probably before then. Cheers, mate. Have a good day. Thank you very much, Darren McLean. Ian, do you have any plans to do any exhibitions? No, I do not. No plans for that. I'll probably do things like that if I was doing it full time, but I'm not. Really cool. Thanks for the information. Sandra Borcher. I ordered just before everything got shut down. I tried tracking, but the shipping company wasn't even showing as operating. So I'm assuming it was because of COVID-19. It is because of COVID-19. This has been going on over an hour now, so I'm going to start wrapping this up. You are the real guru, says just for fun. Thank you very much, just for fun. And Christine Pateman. Hi Ian, have to go. Thank you for and others for assistance. Have a great day. USA Sharon, says Julie Pitham. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. We've been going over an hour now. I'll be here this time next week to do the same thing. And like I always say, if you like what I'm doing on my YouTube channel, you tell your friends, okay? But if you don't like what I'm doing, you tell everybody. All the best. Goodbye. Good luck. Good on ya. Okay. I'll go behind the camera and say it's Uru from the Guru.